Hello, everybody. I don't know if anybody will even show up. It's been 6 weeks since I've live streamed, I think, was the last time. I think the sound might be a problem. I had it all set up to go through this new overhead mic, and I had it all set up 11:45, and I went to do something else, and I came back and it had somehow disconnected, and I can't get it to reconnect. So, sorry about that, everybody. I actually have two new microphones, and I don't know. I'm having a heck of a time. Okay, now I have to remember how to pop out the chat. If I remember how to do everything. It's been so long I can't remember how to do anything. Let's see. Where are we at? Okay, all right, there we go. Hello, Nessa and Julie-Ann and Sneaks and Laura and Justine. It is nice to see you all. I cannot actually read your comments very well. Here we are. Okay. So yeah, hopefully the sound is okay. When I did I actually even did pre-tests before I started, and it sounded terrible on the new microphone. So then I had it going through this microphone, and it sounded great, the best it's ever sounded. And now every time I run a test on it, it says monitor only, because it's the camera and the microphone. So I don't know why it's switching to monitor only instead of monitor and audio. Let's see, where are we at? Hello, Susan. Thank you. My kids did my hair this morning. It's somewhat in a clip. It's falling out. I can't put it back in. So sorry it looks terrible. If you want to know, have your own little kid, a little boy. It's got to be a boy. Try to style your hair. And you'll know how that goes then. Nessa says, feeling good, I hope. Well, I'm feeling somewhat better. It was super, super painful. And I did the whole thing without pain meds. I mean, I had the surgery with the nerve block, but I didn't do any pain meds after it all. And it was, I'm not going to swear, but it was pure you-know-what for the first 3 weeks. It doesn't hurt as bad right now. Obviously, it's starting to feel better. And hopefully next week, I have my next post-surgery appointment with the surgeon, and hopefully I'll get out of this and start real physical therapy. Hello, Tracy, and long time no see. Yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. I knew going in that I was probably not going to do any of the pain meds, but I didn't tell anybody because I didn't want anybody to worry. But they interact with my anti-nausea meds for Crohn's. It can put you in a coma, the two together. So the last time I went off the anti-nausea meds, I lost 30 pounds in 5 weeks, which wouldn't be terrible, but I ended up in the ER because I had super low levels of calcium and potassium and vitamin D, and I had to have a drip of vitamins and the potassium drip, and so I decided that I was going to stay on the anti-nausea meds and not take the painkillers. And I think probably most of you have seen the surgery update video, but it ended up being more invasive and intense than the worst case scenario they had told me before I went in. So the last 3 weeks have been not easy. We'll say that, not easy. Well, what is it now? 5 weeks, but the first 3 weeks were really hard. And just in this last week, I'm feeling like I can, somewhat do stuff. I'm trying to, cook food, and, I'm driving the kids to school. I got a knob on my steering wheel, so I can turn the steering wheel with one hand. Kenyon says, no meds, brave. Thanks. Nessa says, LOL, I'm scared because I'm on the pre-surgery side. Well, hopefully yours won't be as bad as mine. I mean, it was a pretty dramatic injury, we'll say. It wasn't like it was just a wear and tear thing. So once they got in there, there was a lot more to to do than they thought there was going to be. Let's see, where are we at? Tracy says, it's good to see your face. Thank you. I hope everybody is enjoying the
hairstyle of my 9-year-old son. Or no, he's not a 9. He just had his birthday. I'm not, you know. Deanie B says, hello from Belgium. Hello. Tracy says, that sucks about not being able to take my pain meds. Yep. Ice was my best friend, and the Mr. Iceman for the nerve block worked for like 3 days. My phone is on, you guys, and I can't shut off the sound. On top of the surgery, my older son, the one with the health problems, he has been having allergic reactions with giant hives, and then like his lips and mouth swell, and it's like an emergency type situation, and it's happened either 4 or 5 times in the last week and a half. So yesterday morning being the most recent time. So I'm going to have my phone on just in case the school calls, and I'm sorry if it makes noise, but I can't shut the sound off right now. I'm not sure what's going on with him because he hadn't had it happen since he was a really, really little kid, like 5 years ago. So I don't know if it's just stress or whatnot, the change in everything going on in the house. I don't know, but I'm leaving my phone on, and I apologize if it makes noise, but I have to listen for the school, and if I have to go quick, I'll also let you know. So Kenyon says, I'm assuming they may issue you a smaller sling. Looks like you got the pillow on this one. Yep, I do. And starting tomorrow, I am allowed to try taking this out for a little bit and see how it goes, but sleeping with it in still for a while. We did try taking it out last week, but they've ended up feeling it wasn't healed enough yet to take it out, so it's back in for a little bit. I'm just trying to catch up. Tracy said that's the type of sling I had. I hated it. Yeah, it's hard to sleep with it, you know, around your stomach and stuff. Susan said, I'm so sorry I've had a bone shave before. So painful. You were a superhero. Wow. Yeah, I didn't know they were going to, nobody told me that that was a possibility before we went in. It was never listed as a possibility, but once they got in, I think they think that's what happened. So like, apparently I have a smaller opening there for everything to go through. And for you, those of you who saw the video, you know what happened. I'm not going to say what happened on here because I don't want to get, I can't say the V word or even the S word because you get, a couple of my videos got dinged because I said the S word, I guess. So, but they put it, you know, right in the rotator cuff, and there was nowhere, everything swelled and there was nowhere for it to go, and it just all ripped off, I guess. So, yeah, so then they decided, well, since it's such a small opening and we're in here already, let's cut a whole bunch of, well, not a whole bunch, but let's grind away a bunch of bone and make it bigger so you don't have any problems in the future. And also I think they needed more room to work to see what they were doing. So wasn't planning that, but it is what it is, I guess. Hello, Laura Jane, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Hello, Gail. I hope you're doing well too. To hear my name pronounced correctly. Did I not do it right? I don't know. I'm really out of it. Just so everybody knows, I think the stress from the surgery made my Crohn's get bad, so I haven't really been sleeping very much. So it's not terrible. I've had, you know, by far, you know, worse flares, but I'm not sleeping a lot right now between, you know, this and that, and I'm still on the incline while I sleep and everything for a full 6 weeks, they said. So, it is what it is. Tracy says, no worries about the phone. It's not very loud at all. That's good. If it rings, I'll have to immediately hang up, because if it rings, it's probably only going to be the school telling me, we gave your son Benadryl, come take him to the ER. So, hopefully not. Hopefully not. We don't know what it is. He has had like the full allergy testing, and they just put unknown food allergy because they couldn't figure out what it was. But I don't know, yesterday morning he woke up with it like that, and he hadn't obviously eaten anything during the night, so I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Nice, not Niveau. Well, I didn't see, I don't know your last name. I just said Deanie because I'm pretty sure that's what you said. Hello, Melissa. Hello, Jennifer. You're not late. I was late. The sound, I had it all set. I seriously set up and was ready to go at 11:45, and I came back on and none of the sound was working. So I had to like unplug what I could and plug in different things, and I don't think the sound is as good as it could be, but it is what it is. So, it is what it is, right? Nessa said, I think the same thing caused mine too, same shoulder. Yeah, I went in, I've never had a shoulder problem in my life, and I knew within like an hour. They put it, I mean, I knew as soon as they did it, they put it in the wrong spot. They put it in the wrong spot. It wasn't because it was any certain one. It wasn't a side effect of what they gave me. It was specifically because they put it in the wrong spot. And they told me so in the ER that they put it in the wrong spot, and they'd injected it directly into the joint. I just said injected. I wonder if I'm going to get in trouble now. Whoops. Yes, the little red stress ball is for strengthening the arm. Yep. Tracy said it took me about 6 weeks to get my first full night of sleep after my surgery. Yeah. And you know what else is crazy, you guys? There's a robin. There's a robin here that I think is sick. And it's, spring and it's breeding time. And he is flying, bashing for hours into the windows. And I have put like painter's tape across all of the windows, and I have like a rake leaning up against the house, like in front of the window, and a broom in front of another window, and he just finds and I put all my kids' St. Patrick's Day window clings on the windows he's flying into, and it's been like 5 days, and he starts at 5:38 in the morning at the window that's right over my bed. Every morning for the last 5 days, and I don't know what to do anymore. I told my husband, like, somebody might have to go out and mist him with the hose, because I don't know how to stop him. Like, there's blue painter's tape and shamrocks over all the windows. I think he's seen his reflection and thinks it's another male bird, but like, at first we were afraid he was gonna like break the window. Now he's not hitting it as hard with the tape. He's more like pecking at it. But yeah, I don't know. It's been something. Melissa says is for surgery. I don't know what you're asking. I don't understand. Tracy says that it's so scary about your son. It is, and it was super, super disappointing because, like I said, it's been 5 years since it happened, so I thought he outgrew it. And I was really disappointed when it happened again. Like it was like a week and a half ago it started happening. So, yeah. Deanie said they make the gap bigger so there is more room for the nerves. Yes, but that hadn't been the plan. He didn't think that I would need it or anything like that before the surgery. It was only once they were in there that he realized it was very small. Hello, Sarah. Melissa says, great to see you. It is nice to see everybody. Nessa says, that's a cool keyboard. I think I have it linked down below because everybody always comments on my wireless keyboard every time I do a live stream. So it should be linked in the description in case you want to get your own. Although I think they might have raised the price because I think I got it for like $25, and last time I checked, I think it might be $30 now. So let's see. Tracy said Robins will do that this time of year. He is super annoying. Super annoying. I even thought, like, at first I thought my son started some morning glory seeds and they're like going up a trellis. And we have them in the south window and they're blooming already. And they have like those little vines hanging from it. And I thought maybe he wanted the vines like to make a nest. So I cut a bunch of yarn and hung like 20 strings of yarn out in the tree to see if that would stop him. I moved the plant. I don't really know what else to do. It's been, Nessa says owl eye window clings. Yeah.
by the time I order them and they get here, we live way in the back of nowhere. We don't have like our Amazon Prime, even though I pay for Prime, is not 2 days. It's like 5 to 9 days. So it's not, we live in the middle of nowhere. Jennifer says, I'm so glad that you had good doctors to fix you up so you can have the best recovery and future use of the arm. Me too. I'm really hoping to get out of this next week and start real physical therapy. I'll hopefully be able to turn in that robot chair and get rid of that, because that's been something, and start real physical therapy and hopefully start getting it stronger and all of that. Kenyon says, any gripes or biggest takeaways from recovery? Heard the straps of the sling could be itchy. I have luckily did this when it was cool here, so I mostly didn't have to wear t-shirts. T-shirts are uncomfortable with the sling against your raw skin. So like long sleeve t-shirts. And this one has a nice neck pad on it that keeps going back, but there's a nice neck pad, so that's been okay. So gripes, I wasn't expecting it to be as intense as it was going to be. And I kind of thought, well, I mean, like I said, they ended up doing more than they thought. But be prepared for a long haul, I guess, if you're going to have the shoulder replacement surgery. They did end up having, like I said, to do a lot more repair work than they expected, so be prepared for that, because they can never know what's in there until they get in there. I mean, I had all the MRIs and everything, but it turned out being different once they were in there. So yeah. Sneak says he's chasing himself. We hung DVDs or CDs on a string and the bird. That's a good idea. That we could do. We could do that. Yeah, Tracy, you're right. I'm not gonna say it, but yeah, you're right, because I did get dinged, I think, for that, saying that in a video, which is funny because I'm not anti anything. It wasn't like, it wasn't a reaction to anything. It was just a freak accident with someone who didn't really know what they were doing and hadn't fully completed training yet, I guess. But they don't tell you that till after it happens. Yeah, but I mean, rules are rules. So, Nessa says she's having a renovation and moving in 3 weeks. That's exciting. Very exciting. Hello, Elise. It's nice to see you. She says, I'm sorry I'm late. I was late too. My sound was not. I had it all set up at 11:45, and then when I came back to start it, it wouldn't work. So it's just that kind of day, I guess. Deanie says, I am alone and looked like cat wheezy for a week after my operation. Yeah, I'm having a really, really hard time, like, putting hair gel in my hair and stuff after I shower. So it's like a big, fuzzy, frizzy mess. And then, like, I thought it'd be a good idea to put conditioner in, like, a ketchup squeeze bottle, but like an empty one, so that I could just squeeze it on my head in the shower. But then it was like, it would end up like a huge amount right here, and I couldn't get it out. And then I looked like I dipped my head in oil, and it's been something. Tracy said my shoulder replacement was the worst joint to replace. I've had knees and a hip replaced. Yeah, I don't think a joint replacement would be very fun. I'm sorry you had to go through all of that. Jane, hello. Teresa. Oh, her hernia surgery. I'm so sorry. I thought for some reason it was tomorrow. I must have got screwed up on the dates. I was going to send you a good luck message tonight, and I'm so sorry I didn't get that sent. Oh, you guys, here comes the mail truck. The dog's probably going to bark. I'm so glad it's over, though. I hope you're feeling all right. I had, when I was 4, I'm a twin, and I was premature. Obviously we both were. But when I was born, I had hernias. So I don't really, they fixed them when I was 4. I don't really remember the surgery, but Hopefully you're feeling better and it was easy and quick. Elise says, do you know when you can get out of the sling? I have my next post-op next week, and if he thinks it's healed enough, I get to take it off and start real physical therapy and get rid of the robot chair. Tomorrow I can try taking the pillow out. The dog's gonna bark, you guys. The mail truck's out there. Hopefully if she starts barking too bad, I'll mute it, I guess. I don't know. Teresa says, I am late, but I think you look great. Thank you. I was just explaining my youngest son did my hair today. Put a clip in my hair and it's falling down and I can't fix it. So is the dog barking bothering people? Should I mute it till she stops or no? Somebody tell me. Let's see. I'm sorry, it froze for a second. Laura Taylor says, I'm hearing you still in the process of healing from my bilateral knee replacements. Yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry. I hope you heal quickly. I guess because this is a more intensive surgery, like he said, it would probably be at least 3 months of physical therapy before I could even like start using it somewhat normally again, and a year for a full recovery. So, it's a ways. Lenore says dog is okay. Good. She's done now anyway. They drove away. Susan says, love hearing sweet pups. She's a good girl. Oh, you guys, here comes the FedEx truck. Oh, it's 2 right in a row. And that FedEx truck has a package from Dick Blick in it. I did an April no buy, so I didn't buy anything for the whole month of April. And then I did get something now, and it's beeping, and the dog doesn't like that. It's a small one. So hopefully he leaves in a second. Now she's looking right through the window and looking. There's an open, it's like a, Belle, go lay down. Go lay down. You're okay. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Oh, she's listening to me. It's like an open display unit for like my little, I have a bunch of, I forget what they're called, figurines that I collect. I can't remember what they're called. And the bottom half is open, and she likes to put her head through there and bark. Teresa says, I'm on restricted activity for the next 3 weeks, and then they'll decide what I can do. Well, I will be thinking of you for the next 3 weeks and sending you some healing wishes. I hope it goes super fast. Are you in a lot of pain, or is it okay? Is it bearable? Elise says, it's okay. She does not have to be one of those little dog high-pitched barks. She's not a little dog. She's a big dog. My husband doesn't like little dogs. He calls them little yappers. So we've only ever had big dogs, and she's a big dog. She's like 82 pounds. She's big. Our last dog was bigger than she is. So she's a little bit smaller than our last dog. Our last dog was half lab and half Samoyed husky. I just got to make sure that's not it wouldn't be the school, but the last time it happened at the school, my son texted me and was like, my mouth is swelling. And then he stopped answering my messages with his food allergy. And I had to call the dang school and be like, he texted me and stopped answering. Someone needs to go check on him. And 10 minutes later, they came back and they were like, yeah, he's having a food allergy reaction. We're giving him Benadryl now. And I was like, it hadn't happened in a long time, but I was like, you can't text me if it happens. Please just tell the teacher and go right to the office so you can have your meds. It was like, I don't know, kids, right? I don't know. Let's see. Hello, Brittany. I hope you're doing okay. Tracy says, of course, it all comes at the same time. And now it's sitting out there, too, in the sun. Speaking of which, how is the weather? I forgot to ask everybody. You want to hear about our crazy weather? Yesterday morning, when we woke up, it was 16 degrees. And the high yesterday was like 39 or something. And it was by 4 o'clock, it was snowing. So my son and I made pumpkin bread and played Christmas music just for fun. And then now today it's supposed to be 63 degrees and sunny. So I don't know. But the pumpkin bread is good. Let's see where we at. Nessa says hi pup. Mickey says, LOL, yeah, they came to my door today too. So fun. I know. I'm really excited to go get that stuff. I've been having a tough time since my surgery. It's been tough. And the fact that like I'm not really going to be able to, like, he told me when I'm out of this sling, I won't be able to lift my arm at all. He's like, don't be surprised if you can't move it, as in physically can't move it. He's like, that's totally normal and blah, blah, blah. But I guess I was being kind of naive because I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that. I mean, I knew like I'd have to regain it some, but I didn't. Yeah. I mean, and I shouldn't say maybe I'll get it out and it'll be okay. I don't know. But he did say 3 months to start using it somewhat normally and a year for a full recovery. And I've been feeling kind of mad and then and down. And then my Crohn's is starting to kick in. And I think probably from stress. But I'm finally on this one biologic that works and I don't want to switch it. And then my GI doc said he was retiring and I'd have to find a new one. So I've been feeling, down in the dumps, I guess. And it was funny because I was talking about it a little bit with my son because he's been feeling a little down because of the hives and the food allergy coming back. And then he was like, well, Mom, I know why you're feeling down. He's like, you don't do anything for fun anymore. And I'm like, well, what do you mean I don't do it? And he's like, you used to do, when you were working as a jeweler, then art was your hobby. So you do your jewelry, and you'd be done at like 5 or 6 unless it was a holiday rush. And then after supper, you'd go and paint for a while. And he's like, all you do now is work. And he said, I can tell it's not the same fun activity for you as it used to be. And he said, you need to have another hobby. And he is totally right. I didn't even think of that. Like for basically since the year that I started like this YouTube, year and a half now, I haven't done anything but YouTube and videos and art for YouTube. And like I used to crochet and I like to knit all our own dishcloths and I embroider like, our table runners and knit clothes and hats and sew. I used to sew all my own clothes and I used to quilt and like I haven't done anything. And so he's totally right. And I think I miss making things. So long story short, I think I need to find a hobby that I can do to relax. And I don't know if you guys remember when we were talking about picking our word for the year, I picked the word nurturing for my year to nurture myself and my business. And I've been nurturing the business, but I haven't done much for myself at all. So I think May is going to be like the emotional self-care month, and try to get things back into an equilibrium. It's been, not the best start of a year, I guess. So, but yeah, so the package out there from Blick is some things to look at, to consider for a possible hobby. And I'll be doing a series of this on my YouTube. Hopefully everybody is okay with that. If I do, I'm an art channel. I'm still going to make art. But in some of my vloggy type videos, you might see me doing some other stuff. Just little snippets, not like a whole video on it or anything, but some other stuff. Yeah, so get ready for that. I hope everybody's okay with that. I saw a whole bunch of comments just came through. It was froze for a little bit, which is why I went into that long story. Where are we at? Sneak said, I had both knees replaced and the PT starts when you wake up. I wasn't prepared for the pain levels, but I'm so thankful I had them done. I'm now pain-free. So I have that robot chair and I sit in it for 3 hours a day. And it started just by going like this much. And now like I'm all the way up like this. So that is essentially my, it's passive movement. I don't do anything. The chair does the whole movement. So that is essentially the physical therapy. Like he said, if my insurance hadn't paid for that chair, then I would have started physical therapy right away. But since all they would have done in physical therapy was the passive movement, because they can't pull there's titanium anchors in there that they had to put in to, because the tendons were totally off the bone. So there's stitches in the end of the tendons that then attach to the titanium screws or whatever they are, so that it's reconnected. And the passive movement is to let the screws or whatever heal into the bone and they don't get yanked out. If I try active movement before they're healed into the bone, then everything comes apart, which is, again, not expecting, but it's all right. Yeah, so then hopefully the physical therapy will start next week, hopefully, if I get this off. I don't know. We'll see. I have to read through all these comments. We hear you just fine. I have 3 labs and they love the deliveries. Noisy and love them. So our dog has a little neurological damage. She didn't have it when she was younger, but she does now. And she is very, like, protective of our home and us, and so she barks a lot now. She didn't before, but she does now, and it is what it is. It's all right. She's just doing her best, like we all are. Jennifer says, everything looks okay when you smile. That's very sweet. Teresa says, I have nib holders and inks coming this week, trying to stay busy. The pain is there, but manageable. I will keep you in my prayers too. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. I hope your pain goes away fast. I hope it's not too bad. It's no fun being in pain. And when you're trying to sleep, or if it's so bad, like you can't concentrate, it's not fun. So I will be thinking of you. I hope whoops, a whole bunch of comments just came through. It's free. It's not lagging or anything on your guys' end, is it? Because like it'll, like, for sure my comments are lagging. There'll be nothing for like 5 minutes and then like a bunch all at once. And I can tell where they are that it was a while ago. Yeah. So like, I don't know. Gail says it's getting to be 100 here. That is too hot for me. I would cook like a piece of bacon. That is hot. I don't know how you do it. Tracy says you need a new hobby. Your son is so smart. He is smart, isn't he? He is smart. I didn't even think of that. Sneak says, how old is this little genius? Well, he is 13. He's my older son, and he actually has a birthday this month. So happy birthday to him a little bit early. Actually, not this month, May. It's the end of April. So at the start of May, he has his birthday. He's a good kid. He's the one with the health problems that he's been dealing with stuff. So, Susan says, what a wise young man. He is. He's very wise. Leonora says, sounds like your life is overwhelming at present. Wishing you all the best. I love your channel. You guys, I haven't even told you the worst thing. I mean, yeah, my husband works in construction, and they were framing a house, and there were some green guys on the job, and they let go of the wall they were framing on, I think it was Monday, and it fell on him. And we think he's got some broke ribs, but he won't go to the doctor. Yeah, it's been between the surgery and my son's allergies, and now my husband's hurt. So, it's been a rough month, but things can always be worse. I'm really grateful that my husband lived, because I don't know how he got out of it with just that for, it could have been so much worse. It could have been so much worse. He was totally pinned under the wall, couldn't move. People had to lift it off him. It could have been a lot worse. So I'm just grateful that he's alive and with us, but it has been a lot the last few weeks. It has been a lot. I am really looking forward to summer and like the kids being home from summer vacation and just trying to relax and have a little fun and relax. It's been something else. Elise says diamond painting. I have been looking at diamond painting. It looks like fun. I don't know what I would do with them though. Barry, hello. He says looking well there. Thank you. I have said multiple times my youngest son did my hair this morning. So hopefully it's not too much of a mess. Nessa said after you get a little better, try making your own watercolor paints. It's pretty fun. That is so funny you would say that, because I literally was just looking at the Muller and the glass plates at Blick, and I was going back and forth on whether I wanted to go down that rabbit hole, but it seems like a super expensive hobby. But you may possibly see that coming. I don't know. Nessa says, my son is a construction worker too, master framer. My husband is the carpenter, the finish, like he puts in and does custom cabinets and shelving and built-in mantelpieces and stuff like that. But it's a small company, and he's also the foreman a lot on jobs. So he was at that job with the framing of the garage when that's not what he normally does. But like I said, it could have been a lot worse. So, Susan says, oh no, your family needs lots of prayers and good juju sent your way. How scary. We got into something like negative, I think. I don't know. It's been, I don't know. We need to change our juju. You're very right. Jeannie said, I had the same operation, could feel the tension was different, but that is all goblins now. Don't want to go to do things too soon. Yeah. And so, like he said, when I'm out of this, hopefully next week, like all I can do is try picking up an empty coffee cup at first to see how that goes. And he said, once I can do that, then I can talk to him about doing more. So I said, what good is the empty coffee cup? I want it with the coffee inside. And some nice sweet creamer, which is not good for me, but occasionally I have for a treat. Jennifer says your husband needs to document the injury in case something worse happens in the future. That's what I keep telling him. But he said that he read that they don't do anything for ribs, like taping them or putting a cast on them. I don't know if that's true, but he's convinced they wouldn't do anything for it. But we're on day 3 now, and not only has the pain level not gotten better, it's gotten a little worse. So I don't know. We'll have to see. It's a mess. Yeah. Teresa says he needs them taped up. That's what I thought. They tape them, right? I think they do. But he doesn't like the doctor. So, we'll get through it. Jennifer says, my goodness, that is a lot of stress. It's been stressful for the last couple of years. My parents have had health problems, and I don't know. It's just been, we'll get through it. We always do. There's good times and bad times, and it's just a bad time right now, but it'll turn around at some point. Comments. Lee says another positive is genuine supportive love in your family. It sounds fun to be in your family. Her family's crazy. No, I'm not. We're all a little kooky. So we definitely laugh a lot. Everybody has their ups and downs, but we're doing okay, and we're all together, and we're making it work. So, it'll be okay. Nessa says, if you want to make paint, I'll help with advice, etc. Just ask. Also, you can use plants to forage from your garden, etc. Yeah, it would be fun. It would be fun. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I'm starting to think about things. I'm going to do a whole little video. Not a little. I'll do a couple of videos on it because I have big plans for when this comes off. You'll see. Nessa says he should get an x-ray. I agree. You and me both. I think he should too. He did document it with his boss, so they know. This is kooky rules. Yeah, it's better to be kooky, I think, because kooky people have more fun in life, I think. Jasper says, my dad cracked his ribs a few years ago. All they did is give him pain meds and wrapped him up, maybe, but definitely pain meds because there's not much else they can do. Yeah, and that's what he read. So he's like, what's the point of going in and paying our big, because he hasn't, our whole deductible is still for him this year. I'm capped out now after this, but he has the deductible and then the co-pays and stuff, and he doesn't want to do it. So, a huge fine to his boss if the injury isn't documented. See, he told his boss what happened, and his boss said, thank you for letting me know. So I don't know how the workman's comp thing works. I don't know if he reported it. Like, I don't know. So Sneak says if it's on the job injury, he doesn't pay anything. Well, so like, I don't know. Because when we go into our doctor, they have our insurance in file and they know like exactly how much we still owe for co-pays and deductibles, and they make us pay it. So, I don't know. Anyway, enough about that. I thought I'd show you, we're not doing anything today, but for future, this is going to be our May tutorial for Patreon. This is hot press watercolor paper. I finished the inking yesterday. It seems to be what I can do the best with my arm right now, other than digital, is inking things. So we've got a nice little chiefer beetle there. But that's for Patreon for May. But then I have planned for our live streams. I've slowly been collecting and buying dot cards so we can look through a bunch of different watercolors. So you've seen probably this one already. This is the Rosa watercolor dot card, which I think I've shown in a video. Some of these you might not have even seen yet because I still have videos scheduled for a couple weeks. I don't know what went up and what didn't. I don't know what's up yet. I think you might not have seen these yet. And then this is the Winsor Newton Professional Watercolor dot card. There's dots on both sides. It's their whole set. Huh, that's weird. There's a lag on my screen, even just like my hand is here. I'm taking it away, but it's still there, and now it's gone. Then we have the Super Granulation Schminke watercolors, all 40, unless they have more now. 40 of the dot cards for the super granulating. And then, let me put this away. Uh-oh. Yee! I don't know if I can get it back in. I got it. And then we have, these are the full set of Schminke 140 dots. And there is a lot of dots on that one, you guys. So I thought over the next, once I'm out of this and can do it, over the next few live streams, maybe we can work on swatching all these dot cards. It was actually one of your guys' idea. And I already had the Rosa, and I had bought the Winsor & Newton because I'm looking to, well, actually, you'll see that in the video that's going up, I think Saturday. I think Saturday is the video where I'm talking about all this. So you got a little sneak peek of some of the stuff that's going to be in that video Saturday. Yeah. Just you guys. So whoever doesn't watch this won't know about it. But I think that's in the video on Saturday. So I won't get into what I'm thinking about what I want to do with my watercolors. So you'll have to wait till Saturday. Where are we at on here now? Tracy said there isn't workman's comp in your state. There is. It's complicated. Yeah, I'm sure they would pay for stuff after we file, but in the meantime, we have to pay, and like, I don't know. He's never filed for it before, so I don't know. And we live really close to a state border. So we live like literally like 3 minutes from the edge of the border. So we live in one state, but he works in another, and it screws everything up. It's a pain in the I don't know, a pain in the butt. So, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Susan says, I think he may be required to fill out a form and workers' comp should cover treatment expenses, although they may direct him on which doctor to see. Yeah. So, like, this isn't the first time he's gotten hurt on the job, but they've never, I don't think he's required to have, I don't know. I don't think he's had workers' comp. I don't know if he just didn't want to file for it or what. I don't know. Leonora says, how do I join Patreon? Most of my videos, if not this one, I don't know if my live stream does, but most of them have a link to Patreon. And then you just click that and it'll take it over there, and it's a monthly subscription. There's 3 tiers. The first one is the sketchbook club, where there are 3 prompts a week plus 3 reference photos. And then also I take 4 reference photos myself, like out and about, that I post for you to use in your art, copyright free, for that tier. And then you also have access to the Facebook group, the Discord group, and the Patreon community group, plus the Patreon lunch break, which is where I do like a mini blog post at least once a week with photos and behind the scenes stuff and what I'm doing. Sometimes I update it more than once a week, but not lately, because I can't type, you guys. And also, I did want to say too, like, I'm really sorry I haven't been answering comments on the YouTube videos, but it's really slow, like one finger at a time, and like it hurts to sit for too long. It's starting to hurt right now. I'm probably gonna have to go pretty soon because it's starting to hurt. And I want to answer everybody's comments, but I just can't. And one of you guys said you only get one chance to heal well, and I've really been trying to do a good job. So I'm sorry I haven't been answering comments. And then, so yeah, the Patreon lunch break is for, I think I have that set up. That's just free. So you don't even have to be a paid member to see the lunch break, like the little blog post. And then there's the student artist tier, which is the video tutorials each month plus a podcast. I just did my first podcast for this month. I'm hoping to do a better job next month. And then there's the print and sticker club tier, which is the print and stickers. And if I could show you, yep, right here. Oh, I just started printing out the prints and stickers for this month. These should be going out. Ooh, ouch, sorry. These should be going out the end of this week or early next week. I meant to have them out earlier, but I ran out of ink in my printer, and I had to order new ink, and it took a while. So this is the print for this month, if anybody wants it. And there is, I can't focus it. I can't focus it with one hand. It's not going to do it. Well, that's the sticker. There's a better picture of this over on my Instagram if you want to see it better. This is digital art. I've been doing quite a bit of digital art drawing in my robot chair. But I just started printing these, and we'll finish printing them probably tomorrow. And probably I won't get them in the mail till early next week. And Elise, am I saying your name wrong? Yeah, no, that's right. I'm going to reprint yours too from the one that got lost in the mail. So that's coming. I'm going to reprint that when I print out all the rest of everything. So, I forgot what I was saying. Hopefully it wasn't important. A bunch of comments just came through. Let's see if I can back up. Teresa says, I'm doing a lot of reading right now like you were doing. I have so many books looked up on my Kindle. I read like 14 books, and then I took a break from reading books to start watching the morning show with Jennifer Aniston. But I started to feel like it was kind of depressing. So then I switched to Call of the Midwife, which I know has been out for a long time, but I've never watched. I think I'm a few shows into that now. I got tired of reading for a while. 3 hours in that chair a day is a lot. It's a lot to sit there doing nothing. Yeah. Susan says most time
employees are required to report the incident in writing. If not, he may miss out on benefits. Okay, well, I will tell him. It only happened not yesterday, but the day before, I think. Or was it the day before that? It was just a couple days ago, so I will make sure to tell him. Elise cut her hand. That's good. That's good. It sounds like you had a decent boss. I'm glad she took care of it. Catherine says a solid glass marble cutting board can be used for mulling paints on instead of buying expensive glass plates. That's an excellent idea. Does anybody watch Yona Yinton on YouTube? You know how she makes her own paints out of like charcoal and dirt, and that looks kind of fun. I don't know how light fast they would be. I guess. I don't know. I guess you would think earth pigments would probably hold their light fastness for a while. Yeah. Julianne says, I found out why my gouache palette goes moldy. Apparently you have to use distilled water. I think even with distilled water, sometimes it can, because I use distilled water and I've still had mine get moldy. But we live in a really damp house. It's a stone. It's really old. It's over 100 years old. And it's got like a field stone, whatever, and it gets moist, especially in the fall. Oh, Sneak said that her husband, they didn't report it and they got a 10 grand fine for not reporting it. I will tell him. I don't know. Maybe his boss doesn't know. I don't know. Nessa says, oops, am I frozen or you? LOL. I hope it wasn't me, but my computer's acting funny, so it could have been. Yeah, Jennifer says you just tell your husband that like your injury, if you use it before it has a chance to heal, he may be making it worse. I'm worried about him. I'm worried, like, I don't know. I know it's rare, but I've heard that broken ribs can cause a punctured lung, and I just, I don't know. Sneak says, what printer do you use? For what? For the prints or the stickers? Because I use 2 different printers for those. Nessa says, I'm definitely joining your Patreon, I promise. I need to wait until June. No worries. It's all right. And actually, I don't know if they're watching, but I had someone join my Patreon this week. And it was the second night, the night where we actually took my son to the ER for his face. And I forgot to send the welcome letter and the Discord link. And she emailed a few hours later and asked for the Discord link. And I didn't get home until late. And then I forgot about it the next day. And then the next day I went to send the welcome letter and the Discord link. And she had blocked me on Patreon, and I mean, totally fine. I'm not, but I just wanted to say I'm sorry I didn't get your welcome letter to you sent right away, and that that's not normally how it is. I'm normally right on top of it, but life has been hard lately. So if you're watching, I'm sorry about that, and you're welcome to come back. I guess that's all I have to say. Sorry about that. Where are we at? Orchid Blue said I had a work injury and I had to speak to financial HR. They covered everything. So there is no financial /HR. It's a small construction firm. And it's just the one guy running everything. So I don't know. I'll pass on all the advice to my husband and see what he thinks he needs to do. There is a Swedish YouTube that makes vlogs and makes her own watercolor paints. She's Julia K. I will check her out. That sounds very interesting. Susan says, remember to thumb up the video. And I'm starting to hurt from sitting here. I'm probably going to have to go here in just a second.
Hello, Stephanie. It's nice to see you. I am just getting ready to go, so I'm sorry about that. Sorry, you guys, just making sure it's not my son. No, it's not. We're okay. All right, everybody. I have had a nice time seeing you all and chatting. I am hoping to be here next week. I don't know if I'll be up to doing art yet, but we could always have a chat if you wanted. If you would be interested in that, let me know. I could always put up a poll on YouTube too and ask if people want to do it, even if I can't do art. But it was nice to see everybody, and it was nice to catch up with everybody. And thank you so much for all of the advice and the advice from my husband. And I am going to be sure to, I'm going to be like, they said to do this and they said to do that. Are you doing that? No, I'll be nice to him about it though. And we will just see, I guess, what happens, and hopefully everything's all right. Stephanie says, sorry, I'm late. I fell asleep at the infusion center. No worries. It's totally okay. I'm doing okay. The first few weeks were really, really rough. I did it without pain meds because there was an interaction. I'm starting to just finally feel a little bit normal. It's been a really rough couple of weeks. We've had a couple disasters. I'm not going to go through it all again. But we're hanging in there, everybody, and I hope you all are too. And hopefully spring and summer are just around the corner, and hopefully it's a relaxing summer. Tracy says, hugs to you, Amy, and it was so good to see you. Thank you, Tracy. It was good to see you guys too. Teresa says, chatting sounds good too. Susan says, poor man has all these women nagging him, LOL. He's actually his mom's probably his mom, I know for sure, is nagging him to go to the doctor. But it's all the girl is a dog, and the girl is a dog. The dog is a girl. Sorry, not sleeping a lot. The ferret is a girl and I'm a girl, but we're the only girls in the house. Everybody else is boys. But I am absolutely positive his mom has been telling him to go to the doctor too. So it's not just me. Okay, you guys, I hope you had a good time, and hopefully it wasn't laggy. It was really laggy on my end. I'm probably missed a bunch of comments, and I'm sorry if I did. I tried. And hopefully next week I'll figure out the sound better. So until next week, everybody, I will see you next week.